Chapter 1. The Choice of Happiness. Armin had always believed happiness was something waiting for him in the future. He imagined it hidden in a bigger house, a higher salary, or the admiration of others. Every morning he woke up with the same thought: one day I will finally be happy. But days became months, and months slipped quietly into years. The happiness he chased remained out of reach, always a little further ahead. One evening his grandmother found him sitting alone on the terrace, tired and disappointed. She sat beside him and asked gently, "Why does your face look like a cloud that's forgotten how to rain?" Armin sighed. "I'll be happy soon, Daddy, once I achieve more, once I have more." She smiled with a calmness he envied. "My child, happiness is not a treasure buried somewhere. It's a choice we make with every breath. Real happiness doesn't come from what we hold in our hands. It comes from what we hold in our hearts." Her words challenged him. He began noticing simple things: the warmth of morning sunlight, the laughter of children playing, the comfort of a cup of tea, the relief of a completed task. None of these needed achievement, wealth, or approval, just awareness. Slowly, Armin realized that happiness had never refused to come to him. He had simply kept postponing it. Each moment offered a chance to choose joy, but he had been waiting for the perfect moment, not knowing that every moment was perfect enough. That night he whispered a promise to himself: "From today, I choose happiness. Not later, not someday, but now." Chapter 2. The Fragile Weight of Wealth. Armin grew up believing that material success was the strongest foundation a person could build. A stable income, a grand home, shiny possessions, these seemed like the pillars of a secure life. But as he stepped into adulthood, he discovered how fragile these pillars truly were. His friend Samir served as the first reminder. Samir's family owned several shops in the market, and everyone assumed he would live a life of comfort. But when a sudden fire engulfed the market one night, almost everything disappeared in hours. What stunned people was not the loss. It was Samir's calmness afterward. When Armin asked him how he could be so composed, Samir replied, "Wealth can burn, fall, break, or vanish, but my peace stays where I choose to keep it." Another year brought another lesson. Armin met a businessman who had earned millions but confessed he had forgotten how to sleep without medication. His wealth had grown, but his peace had shrunk. In contrast, Armin's own uncle, a schoolteacher living modestly, carried a serenity that money could not purchase. These experiences opened Armin's eyes. Material wealth was useful, yes, but unreliable. It could provide comfort, but not certainty, convenience, but not contentment. He noticed that those who tied their lives tightly to material things often lived in fear of losing them. The more they owned, the more they worried. Armin realized something profound. True wealth is not measured in currency but in calmness, character, and clarity of mind. The world could take away possessions, but it had no power over inner peace, unless he surrendered it himself. And so, Armin began the work of strengthening the only wealth no one could steal. Chapter 3. The Gift of a Grateful Heart. As Armin explored the meaning of a peaceful life, he noticed one quality in every joyful person he met: gratitude. Not the forced kind spoken out of habit, but a sincere appreciation that brought color to even the smallest moments. Inspired, Armin began a simple practice. Each night, before sleeping, he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for. At first, it felt ordinary: sunlight, food, a good conversation. But within weeks, he realized his vision was transforming. The world had not changed. His way of seeing it had. He found joy in the quiet hum of the morning kettle, the softness of a pillow, the kindness in a stranger's smile, the freshness of rain-soaked air. These small moments became pockets of happiness he had never acknowledged before. One day, on a bus ride, he watched a little girl admire a balloon with pure fascination. Her joy was not rooted in the price of the balloon, but in the wonder she allowed herself to feel. Armin smiled. Gratitude made adults rediscover the same wonder they had forgotten. Even challenges began to look different. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he started asking, "What can this teach me?" Gratitude softened difficulties and brightened blessings. It kept him grounded when life felt busy and lifted him when days felt heavy. He realized that grateful hearts are never empty. They are always expanding. They turn ordinary days into meaningful ones and teach us that life is not measured by what we achieve, but by what we appreciate. Armin now understood a timeless truth. The world offers countless reasons to be grateful, but only a grateful heart knows how to see them. Chapter 4: The Wealth of Love and Kindness with Time. Armin discovered that the greatest richness in life had little to do with bank accounts. It flowed through relationships, compassion, and the quiet strength of human connection. He remembered an elderly neighbor, Mrs. Farida, who lived alone after her children moved abroad. One cold evening, Armin brought her a bowl of hot soup. She held it as if it were a gift far greater than it was. The gratitude in her trembling smile warmed Armin more deeply than any achievement ever had. Another day, he helped a worried mother carry her heavy bags to the bus stop. Her sigh of relief reminded him that kindness cost nothing but meant everything. Armin began to see love and kindness as invisible treasures, ones that multiplied the more they were shared. Unlike money, kindness didn't reduce when given, it grew. Unlike possessions, love didn't fade with use, it strengthened. He also realized that people remember gestures long after they forget material exchanges. A comforting word, a helping hand, a little patience. These created bonds stronger than wealth could ever buy. As he embraced this new understanding, Armin felt a sense of abundance he had never known before. He was no longer chasing success to fill a void. He was living a life rich with meaning. He understood that kindness builds legacies and compassion builds hearts. In the quiet of one evening, as he sat under the open sky, Armin reflected, "Happiness is a choice, peace is wealth, gratitude is strength, and kindness is the greatest treasure of all." It was then he knew, a life built on love and kindness can never be poor, and a heart filled with compassion is the richest heart of all.